start. Oh, there we go.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, attendees should be able to join now. So we've got one attendee. Hi, Najma, how are you? You can't hear us, you can't see us. Don't worry about it.
I'm reclaiming host. It says,
But you're a co-host, so congratulations. In terms of the functions down at the bottom, we've got one attendee who's Najma. Hi, Najma, I hope you can hear us. Put in the Teams chat if you can hear us, and maybe a screenshot of what you can see, just so that everybody else is aware. Great, Najma can hear us, and that's great. We've got a number of various different functions at the bottom. You all know the raise hand. I'm not going to go through that. You've got the participant one, a bit like Teams. Hi. You can rename yourself. You can do a number of different things. I can make other people hosts. I can stop video. I can chat directly with people. There's a whole number of different things that we can do. It's fairly self-intuitive, but there are, if you hover around somebody's name, you can stop their video. You can pin them in the middle. So, for example, Leanne, I've just pinned you in the middle, and you're now the main person in this chat. I can make you a host, co-host. I can again change you to attendee and so on. So if you just click on that, you can see all of those particular options there. You can allow multi-pin, a bit like in Teams, and I can, oh no, that allows you to multi-pin, but I can add Huda as a pin, and I've got both people there. Let me just allow Najma to talk, because this is if you go just for those that are panelists. Oh, I can share my screen. That's a great idea. Thank you, Wani. So I'm sharing my screen. Oh Lord, where's the attendees? There we go. Got the participants here. I can allow Najma to talk and ask Najma to unmute, and she should be able to unmute herself and ask the question she wants.
Yep, you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Okay, I had the question regarding transitioning from the test webinar, which is, I assume is what we're doing, to the live webinar. Do you have to click out of this and then go to that, or can you just transition?
We started the practice session before the webinar started, and it created like a lobby area for everyone. So when Wani clicked on the link, she saw a screen saying we're waiting for this webinar to start, essentially. Yeah. And once we were happy and ready, we clicked start webinar, webinar went live, and then all the attendees were allowed in.
So there was a separate sort of like or phase, or like that we, okay.
Exactly. So there was like a cordoned off area which you weren't allowed to see, and then Backstreet Boys came onto the stage. You opened the cordon, everyone running in. That's pretty much where it was on that front. So it's like a cordoned off area for attendees to stay, and then once it's open, they're allowed to come in and see that. Just checking, you can see this Zoom screen, right?
Yeah.
I can only see your email open. Look, where you got mine and Huda's email address.
Yeah.
That is weird. Okay. Let me see what I can let me see if I can share that, because when I share the screen, it's not actually letting me share the Zoom screen, if you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a it's not letting me share the Zoom screen, so you can't actually see what I'm doing on Zoom, which is a bit annoying. Who's got their hand up?
I'm sorry.
Ibrahim?
Sorry,
let me allow Wani to talk. Go on, Wani, you can talk.
Funny. Okay. Maybe Ibrahim can share your screen.
That's a good idea. Ibrahim, do you mind doing that?
Yeah, sure. Share. What can you guys see now?
I can
see
your
the website.
screen, and then if you go to if you click on Zoom on the bottom right.
So sorry, let me just get the screen out of the way.
On the taskbar.
Where do I want to go? Sorry.
On the taskbar, just select the Zoom function, the Zoom app, down at the bottom. Down. Right next to PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that.
Yeah.
Click on meeting controls, see what comes up. Oh no, okay. So this is yours. Actually, you've got Zoom open here, haven't you?
Yeah.
If you can. Yeah, I don't think we can. It's going to be a case where people are going to have to play around with this. 1 second. So can you go down to the Zoom icons at the bottom, please, of the screen?
We've got these.
Yeah. So click on that one. Yeah. Okay. Then click on the other one. I want to see what comes up when you click on it.
I might have to go back to the screen for you to see that.
So it's a case where you can't.
Yeah.
Click on View Options at the top if there's anything like that. Is there a way of showing any of that?
Sure.
All right then. You know what? I think just because of time, let's stop that. I'm just going to have to talk you through the various different functions that are available. Do you mind unsharing the screen? Okay, I want everybody just to follow me. Attendees, this won't necessarily be or relevant to you, but Najma, for your benefit, I'm just promoting you to panelists. Just let me know if that happens. So Najma is rejoining as a panelist. Wani, I'm sorry, you're going to stay as an attendee for now. I hope that's okay. Cool. So Najma is now a panelist. So everybody should be able to see a bunch of options down the bottom. I'm just going to walk you through them, and I want you to let me know if you can see them. You've got the mute function, which I think is fairly self-explanatory. You've got the video, which is also fairly self-explanatory. You've got participants, which comes up on the right-hand side. Again, this is broken down into two lists. You've got the panelists, so people who are going to be speaking, people who are hosts, they're the ones with the power. And then you've got attendees, people who are just attending and can see whatever Wani can see as an attendee. You have a number of options when you click on attendees. You can promote them, you can chat with them directly. Similarly, you can remove them as you can do in Teams as well. With panelists, you have a number of options, including pinning and spotlighting. You can make them as hosts as well. You can change them and drop them to attendee as well. There's a number of different things you can do with panelists. It's quite a lot of options. And I'm hoping a lot of them are fairly self-explanatory as well. Similarly, with Teams, you've got a Q&A function. You have, if you click on that, you should be able to, an attendee. Wani, do you mind just asking a quick question, please?
Yes, I did. Did you?
But it got answered. Can you answer a fresh one? Just so people can see in real time what it looks like when a question's asked. Yeah. So you've got anonymous attendee, which is Wani, because she's the only one that's an attendee. You can type the answer and you can send it, and it comes up as an answered question. And you can see that I've answered a lovely answer there in the chat, but also people who are panelists or hosts can ask the questions to the panelists when they're talking as well. Again, similarly, you can dismiss questions that are open as well. There's an option to do that. So you have that. You can allow anonymous questions. You can, within the meeting function itself, you can allow questions to be anonymous, or you can switch it off so that attendees will have to show their names and be accountable for the questions that they ask. Similarly, you have polls. You can create a poll. We're going to leave that for now because it looks like it's a much more involved thing. But what happens is it opens up the poll into a number of, into a poll creator. I might as well just try it, see what happens. And save. And if you look in the poll, a poll should come up asking you what I should have for dinner. I should note not all my questions are about food, just a lot of them. But you can choose what I have for dinner, and that's the poll there. Najma, your hands up.
Where's the poll? I can't see it.
At the bottom, you've got polls. If you select that, you can see the
I
question.
just have participants Q&A, chat, share screen, raise
You don't
hand.
have polls?
No.
I don't either.
Right now?
It should be in between the Q&A and chat function.
I think only hosts can see that. Try now. I said allow panelists to participate. Try
Yeah,
now.
I've got it now. Yeah.
There
Yeah,
we
I
go.
can see it now.
All right, so there we are. That's the poll function. I think it's a bit more.
So how did you make that adjustment from to allow us to see the poll?
There was a setting which says allow panelists to see the poll, and I selected that, and it popped up into your
Oh, okay.
on your screen. Great. I guess I'm having soup for dinner. And then I can end the poll and then share the results with everyone else. I'm not sure how that comes up. I imagine it might be in chat. But talking about chat, we've got chat here. I think everybody's fairly au fait with chat. You can speak to people, just the hosts and panelists. You can speak to everyone. You can speak to specific people, whether they're attendees or whether they are presenting. And you can type your message, you can do whatever, and off you go. Share screen is the big one. If you click on share screen, it comes up with several options. You can do the very simple thing and do a basic share screen. You can do advanced, which means you can share a PowerPoint, you can share a part of your screen, computer audio if you're sharing an audio file. Similarly, video, you've got that, and you've got content from a second camera. So say, for example, you have a camera that's connected to your computer, you can select that as well. Similarly, at the bottom, you've got share sound. Usually you want to do it in stereo, but you can do mono if you're presenting to people who don't have great internet connection, and that will help them. And then obviously, if you're showing a video clip, please select optimize for video clip as well, and then select the video you want to share. And similarly, as Wani mentioned, if you're sharing audio, video, or so on, it's always better to have the file downloaded onto your computer, so you don't have to worry about that so much, because it'll be a much smoother experience for everyone. And then files, similarly, you've got you can share files from Dropbox, Google, OneDrive, so on, SharePoint, and that will just share a file. So say, for example, I do OneDrive, no, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't worry about that too much, because it's going to ask you to connect to your OneDrive and so on. If you do, it's unlikely you're going to be sharing files on Zoom itself on a webinar. If anything, if you want to share files, I would imagine you should share it via email or so on. But that option is there for you guys. Last but not least, you've got the more option. You can go live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and so on. I don't think we're going to be using those anytime soon. And if we do, I think we'll have a separate training session for that. But that's essentially Facebook and YouTube integration into Zoom. And if you're doing live events and so on, it essentially meshes the Zoom functionality of having multiple people onto a YouTube video or onto a Facebook video, in whichever account we're going to be doing that on. I don't think we're going to be doing that anytime soon, so I'm not going to cover it just because I know time is running away from us. And I appreciate I haven't covered anything in much detail, but I think the one thing I have demonstrated is that both Teams and Zoom are fairly similar platforms. One may be slightly easier than the other. I'll leave you to judge which one that is. I think it's down to personal preference at the end of the day. But they are very, very similar platforms. They have very similar functionality, and they can be used for very different things. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them.
Can I test the video just to kind of see how it works? I won't play the whole video, just
Sure, go for it. Try it.
share screen. Oh, it says host disabled participants from sharing screen.
You're not a participant. You're a panelist.
It's coming, I know, but it's coming up with that when I try to share the screen.
Maybe try the ask to start video option.
Or maybe make Najma the host.
I can make Najma a host.
So does that mean, oh, okay.
You're now co-host. You can share a video.
Oh, so that means only the host can share.
Yeah, and I think
I
that
see.
makes life a bit easier for some panelists as well in some ways. Try sharing a video now.
Yep. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, I
let
know
me
this
play.
video.
Okay. Let me know if you can hear the audio.
Very faint.
Can you hear the audio?
Did you tick the option to allow the sound?
Oh, you didn't hear it. Okay. Hang on.
So if you stop sharing your video. So when you go to sharing the video, make sure you allow sound, just because I don't think any of us could hear it properly. There we go. Brilliant.
Has that worked?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, wonderful. Sorry,
That's perfectly fine.
how that worked. Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions about Zoom? Any other questions about any of the other platforms we've used this morning? No? All right, guys. Again, apologies for the quick run through on Zoom. I'm just hoping it's fairly intuitive.
Can you repeat just so share sound from computer, because I always forget this.
Yeah,
That's how
so
you get the video, right?
that's how you get the sound from the video.
Okay.
It'll share the video, but it'll just show the visuals rather than the sound as well.
Okay, share
wanna
sound
make-
from computer. Okay, but if you're showing a video and you want to speak, you don't select that.
I imagine, yeah, your mic will still run
Okay.
in the background, and if you're unmuted, you can talk over the video if needs be.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. Again, as Wani said, if you ever want to run a test, where we'll try and make some time to do that before any events, just so you guys can practice. We're on hand to do that if needs be. But generally speaking, I think that's a fairly whistle-stop run through of both Zoom and Teams.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll download kind of all recordings, put them together, put them onto YouTube as well, and then send you guys the links. So it's kind of, yeah, got all the information there, all the recordings.
Thank you.
All right, thanks
Alright.
everyone.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
See you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.